Hey guys, we're out here. We couldn't take it any longer. We brought soybeans out here and we have broadcasted 50 pounds in this field that we just cleared. And me and my boy, Caleb, we're here on the tractor and we've got the perfect implement for working in this old rooty ground. It's got roots, it's got saplings. It's called a bog disc. Thing will just ride right over top of any roots or stumps, which we have plenty of out here. And yes, the fire's still burning, and it's been days and days since we were here. But that fire over there is out. I've already drove the disc across it. This here, I won't drive across it. I'll just hit the edge there where there's some dirt piled up. But it's very rough ground, and we're just throwing some soybeans in here to get a little boost to the soil. It's gonna create a little nitrogen for this soil, help build it up. And also, it's gonna give the deer a little patch privacy where they can eat some good old soybeans. So, we're having a ball out here, me and my boy. The other boys are over in the other patch working up some corn where I put soybeans in it too. So I enjoy building up the soil and feeding deer and keeping this place cleaned up, and yet at the same time wild and full of wildlife. Yep, we enjoy it, don't we, bud? And he gets to ride with Dad today. You like that? Yeah, it's a little bumpy. I told him he could sit over there in the shade, but nope, he wants to ride with Dad, so that's what we're doing. I'll tell you what, that old fire, it just keeps it going. That big old stump, that big old stump's been burning for probably 4 days, 5 days since we last were here. We just don't have a real problem with wildfires getting away because of all the rain and green vegetation. I mean, it would be almost, well, it's not impossible, but very unlikely that a fire would get away around here. It can't hardly build a fire around here. But anyway, we're gonna keep at it and see what we can get done here. Here we go. Steering wheel, drive it, grab it, turn that way, go that way. Good, straighten it out a little bit, now turn, now turn. All right, straighten her up, head that way. A little more, there you go, there you go. Now turn it back around. right there. Hold her right there. Now straighten it up. Now turn it. Turn it. Now straighten her up. Now turn it back that way. Keep going. Keep going. Keep it going. Keep turning. Yeah. There you go. Now turn it the other way. This guy's going to be a professional tractor driver. All right, straighten it out. All righty, you're doing good, man. Look at me. Look here. You're doing good, my man. Yeah, he's a real tractor driver. Oh, that's good. People ask me all the time, how do you get your boys to enjoy working? What do you do to make your kids like work? Well, here it is. The answer is let them work. They enjoy working, but the problem is that when they're littler, you don't let them do anything. You don't let them grab hold of the steering wheel and do some driving. I mean, it's not dangerous. I'm not going to turn him loose and let him do the whole thing by himself, but my goodness, the boy likes to help Dad. So you let him help. And the worst thing I could do is put him off over there sitting watching me and tell him that, no, you can't do it, you're too little. No, he ain't too little. Never tell him that. By the time they get big enough, they won't want to do nothing. You let them drive this thing a little bit while they're little. You let them get in. You might lose a plant or two when you let them hoe stuff when they're little, but is it worth it? Yeah. I'll lose a few plants. That don't bother me none. I'm growing boys. I ain't just growing corn. I'm growing boys, and they're going to turn out to be good because I let them. I allow them to do what comes natural. Work comes natural to a boy if he's allowed to cultivate that and thrive in that and enjoy it. You make it fun for them. If you raise them up all your life telling them how terrible work is, then work's going to be terrible to them. Oh, I tell you what, it's a little depressing watching how kids are turning out nowadays. All they want to do is play on their little video games, because that's what we have trained them is fun. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's a lot funner to get out here and drive a tractor, ain't it, buddy? Yeah. You get out here and actually get something accomplished. A boy feels like a man when he can get out and accomplish something that he can look at and see and say, wow, look what I did. That is a true feeling of accomplishment. Folks, let me get real with you for just a minute. People ask me all the time, how can I get my kids to want to work like yours? You're never going to get your kids to enjoy work any more than you enjoy work. You're not going to produce children that are so much more astute to working than you are, okay? So if you don't want to work, if you don't like work, they're not going to like work. You could pretend to like work, you can go about your business, but kids are so smart, they see right through that. They know whether you really enjoy it or not. The longer I live, the more I realize kids are smarter than adults. Adults get old and lose brain cells, and we just get stupid, and we think that we can pull the wool over a kid's eyes. Kids see right through that. Kids are just 10 times smarter than adults. And so don't ever think that you're going to produce a child of your own that's that much better than you are. It's not going to happen. So you need to, if you don't enjoy work, they're not going to enjoy work. And so I don't know how to help you, but one thing I can do for you, and that is tell you, allow them to work a little bit. Allow them to do things. Don't always tell them, no, you can't do that, you're not big enough, or no, you don't want to do that, that's no fun, and all this junk. I mean, you're just training them to be lazy. And don't leave a television as a babysitter, and all these video games on phones and all that. It's junk, and it's not the way it's supposed to be. So there's a few people I know that's doing it right. You need to go look up a friend of mine by the name of Chris. He has a small channel going called Homesteading Cheaper by the Dozen. Now he don't have many kids, he just got 15. Yeah. Dispose that myth that you have in your mind that just Amish people have large families. This guy ain't Amish. But you need to go check out his channel, Homesteading Cheaper by the Dozen. I'm going to leave a link in the descriptions to his channel. Check him out. There's an example of people that's doing it right. They're out there. There's people out there all over the place doing it right. If you want a good example of how to raise kids in an environment that is conducive to raising children, look up these guys. My buddy Aaric Hale, he's got a lot of children. He ain't Amish. They get in the dirt, and I mean, they have a ball, and they raise more garden stuff than you could think you could ever eat. But I mean, they have a blast, and that's the key. Whatever your kids have fun at, that's what they're going to enjoy, okay? It's kind of simple, okay? So get your kids out there and enjoy it with them. If you make them go out and do it by themselves, they're going to burn out. It ain't going to be long. They ain't going to enjoy it at all. So, number one, you enjoy it. Number two, let them enjoy it with you. Don't inhibit their ability by telling them they're too little. Don't be afraid they're going to accidentally cut a corn plant off. Is that corn plant the end of the world? No. We're not living in the Great Depression where one corn plant's going to make or break you. I mean, come on. Let them learn a little bit. They'll feel bad they cut the corn. You won't have to beat them over the head and make them feel bad about it. They'll feel bad about it, and they'll try to do better. It's what life is all about. You and I continually learn that way to this day. It's not a big deal. There's another one out there that I like a lot. Ex-Amish off-grid living or something like that. I'm going to leave a link in the description. This guy used to be Amish kid in the communities that I was part of, and this guy, he's got it figured out. He does stuff that I don't even know how to do. He tans his own hides, coyote hides and whatnot, and so I'm gonna leave a link in the descriptions for that guy too. And you need to look up his channel. He's got a little channel that just started, and these guys are people that you can learn from. Learn how to live yourself, but also how to raise kids in a way to where they will be productive in society. That's what we have a real lack of in this nation of ours. So anyway, that was my rant. So if you got young kids, you still got time. If your kids are upper teenagers and they hate work, it's just, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, that's my tip to you. Let your boys work while they're little, and then they'll work when they're big. I've got boys running all over this place accomplishing stuff right now and having fun doing it. This is Caleb. He likes to work, and he likes to be big like his brothers. And I guarantee you someday he's probably going to be as big or bigger than they are, because he's growing fast, and he eats a lot, and he works a lot, and he plays a lot, And he's just gonna be a big boy one of these days. Yep, but you know what? He's already big because he can drive a tractor. His brothers don't know he's doing it. We'll have to show him this video later and show him what he can do. Guys, if you like this kind of video, if you like this kind of encouragement, if you like this kind of knowledge, I'm a little bit of a teacher. I enjoy teaching. And if you like this kind of thing, hit that subscribe button. We want to get as many people on board here as possible. We would like to make a difference in this world. And one thing that'd make a difference is if parents would get their children out and let them get in the ground, get in the dirt. I tell you, my buddy Aaric Hale, he does a great job of getting his kids out in that dirt, and they love it. You can tell they love it. Go over and hit up Aaric Hale and see how he's raising his children in that ground. Boy, I tell you what, they get their feet dirty and they love it. You can tell they enjoy it. So, we're gonna get out of here, but remember what you've learned and try to put it to practice. Try to get that kid out of that video game and get him in that dirt. That's what he needs. That's what will give him more fulfillment. And at the end of his day, he'll feel like he's really done something major to benefit the ground, to benefit himself. It's amazing. So y'all have a good day. We'll see you on the next video. A few weeks later and we see that it all come up real pretty. The funny thing is every single one of them has been eaten off of. I'll show you. Look at this. It got bitten off and it sprouted back too. This one here, look at this. Bit off. Every one of them have been bitten off. And just to show you what I'm saying, look at this clump where they were so thick. Every one of them bit off. That's insane.